We have to talk about this whole situation going on with Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Now, I am on Pete Hegseth's side, and I will tell you why. We are blowing up some drug boats coming from Venezuela, coming to the United States, because we don't want drugs here. The same way we shut down the border, okay, the flow of drugs and fentanyl and cocaine and everything that was coming through the southern border the last year, we've shut it down. Okay, we've shut it down. We have a right to protect ourselves and defend our homeland. And I also think you have to set an example, right? You have to set an example for these folks around the world that guess what? If you're going to try to funnel drugs into the country, we are going to blow you to smithereens. And that is why I support Pete Hegseth. Of course, there is an investigation. There will be probably more investigations because if the Democrats even smell blood or smell anything, they're going to try to pounce on it because the Democrats have nothing going for them. Okay, so if they think, right, they think they've got something over Pete Hegseth with this boat situation from September, they are of course going to run with that. But let me tell you, okay, a majority of Americans are with Pete Hegseth and the administration on this. Even people who did not support President Trump in this last election have come around and said, you know what, the way he secured the border, the way he has stopped the flow of drugs, we support it. And we have to talk about these statistics as well. When it comes to fentanyl, right, 1 pound of fentanyl has the capacity to kill over 200,000 people, right? Fentanyl is so incredibly lethal. There's not a person watching this right now who hasn't lost a friend or a loved one to fentanyl, right? There's someone in your community who has been affected. These drugs aren't just in bad neighborhoods, right? As they show in the movies and in the TV shows, right? Oh, they're drugs, right? In sort of these low-income neighborhoods. No. The drugs are coming through middle-class, residential neighborhoods, kids who have their whole lives in front of them. They go and they take one pill. They take something in a bad moment. They make a dumb decision as a teenager. Their frontal lobe's not connected. It's laced with fentanyl and they're gone, right? And where do the drugs come from? South America, China, these other countries that do not wish us well. So that is why I support Pete Hegseth in blowing up these narco-terrorists and blowing up the boats. And I want to take a look at this clip from yesterday's cabinet meeting.
I'll say again, we've only just begun striking narco boats and putting narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean because they've been poisoning the American people. And Joe Biden tried to approach it with kid gloves and allowed them to come across the border. Cartels take over community, 20 million people, hundreds of thousands of Americans poisoned. And President Trump said, no, we're taking the gloves off. We're taking the fight to these designated terror organizations, and it's exactly what we're doing. So we're stopping the drugs, we're striking the boats, we're defeating narco-terrorists, and we're standing...
And Pete, you may say one thing, that drugs coming in through the sea by sea are down 91%.
We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now, which is the entire point.
All I have to say is thank you. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Pete Hegseth, because if you've lost a loved one or a family member or a friend to fentanyl or drugs that have been funneled through the border, funneled through our ports of entry, funneled from China, flown into the country, you know that this is a serious issue. We should not have drugs running rampant on the streets. We should not be losing all of these young people to fentanyl and other substances. So thank you for blowing up these drug boats and blowing up these narco-terrorists. And if some people say I'm heartless, that's fine. I can take that. I've been called worse, okay? But these folks on the boat, they're not coming here to be, citizens of the United States and really contribute to society. They're coming here because they wish us harm and they want to make some money and sell drugs. They're not coming to be upstanding, okay? These aren't folks you want to rub elbows with and rub shoulders with and sing kumbaya with. So let's keep blowing them to smithereens until people stop sending the drugs. With winter creeping in and the holiday season in full swing, joint aches get sharper and skin looks tired faster. It's a reminder of what our bodies lose with age. By age 50, we've likely lost half our collagen, opening the door to aching joints, brittle bones, and tired-looking skin that ages you before your time. But there's hope. Native Path collagen peptides are helping millions refill that gap. Here's what sets Native Path apart. Just one clean ingredient. Third-party tested for heavy metals and purity. No fillers, no junk. Over 5 million jars sold and 8,000 5-star reviews say it works. Native Path customers are reporting stronger, more flexible joints, finally moving without pain, smoother, more youthful skin that that turns back the clock, and thicker, fuller hair in as little as 14 days. Imagine waking up feeling like yourself again, active, confident, and pain-free. Right now, visit getnativepath.com/link for a special bundle deal at a fraction of the retail price, backed by a risk-free 365-day guarantee. But act now, supply is tight and demand is soaring. This deal won't last long. Don't let another day go by feeling older than you should. Visit getnativepath.com/link today.